Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, September 30th, 2021. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, our planet for expansion and opportunity. Everything that Jupiter touches gets a benefit, a boost, or a boon. So Thursday is a day to be very clear about what we would like to see growing in our lives and how. The moon starts out in Cancer today and will move into Leo this evening. This will represent another shift in the heart and home from water to fire. So from a focus on what we feel to a focus on what we have to do. The waning crescent energy of this moon asks us to release the things that no longer serve us. The sun is still in Libra, reminding us that whatever we do, it's important to approach our passions with a yearning to know the truth and create balance. Let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into the interpretations. Who do we have present here today? We have Mercury, our planetary representation of thoughts and communication, and also the systems and equipment we use for thoughts and communication, so our phones, etc. We have Venus, which is our planet for relatedness. It highlights the things that we value the most. This includes, our close loves, our romantic loves, and also like our finances. This is Neptune, spiritual awareness. Just our reminder of spirit and our connection to it. The moon, of course, is here as usual. If we don't have the moon, friends, I don't know where we're at. Also, the sun is always present, our outer life, and the moon is our inner life. So our outer lives, that's our social lives, that's our work lives, that's who we are in the world and how we show up for other people. In our inner lives, it's really more like who we are in our hearts and how we show up for ourselves and the people that are at home with us. It also relates to our domestic lives. Neptune, Venus, here's Pluto, our planet for endings and beginnings. Also sort of a planet of mystery and depth or distance. Mercury, Jupiter is present. Jupiter is not president. Jupiter is present. And Jupiter, this is our growth and expansion opportunities. Positive vibrations, babies. Leo, we will discuss that. Chiron is here. Quite a party today here. Chiron is present in the upcoming. This is how to heal. I think we've already talked about the rest of those. All right. And as for the aspects themselves, we have a retrograde, which we've talked about is simply the appearance from our perspective of a planet moving backward across its course through a sign. The Mercury retrograde lasts about 20 days. The slower moving planets, their retrogrades can last up to half the year. Venus is in a trine here, so let's talk about trines. Trines are very positive. Even harmonious. Trine. That looks good. Opposition. Opposition can indicate some conflict, but I prefer to look at it as an opportunity to seek balance. square represents the potential for challenges, things getting in our way. This is an ingress, and that's just a transit word. It just means that the moon has moved out of the sign of Cancer and is now in the sign of Leo. That's an opposition. Here's a sextile. And that indicates that these two planets are in a cooperative aspect with each other. And perihelion is closest to the sun. Wow, that's a lot, guys. Let's get into some of these ongoing and current and upcoming aspects. So back to Mercury retrograde here. This continues to provide the potential for challenges in our everyday thoughts and communications, as well as the equipment and systems we use to communicate. Steady as she goes, friends. This will continue to be in effect for some 2 weeks and change. Steady, Freddy. Today is day 2 of 4 for us in this Venus trine Neptune aspect. One of a few really positive Venus aspects that are happening for us this week. This may occur to us as a really lovely, very relaxed, and even romantic period of time. Neptune turns our hearts on with the recognition that we are all one. And Venus says, when I see you, it's like looking in the mirror. Our sense of compassion and compersion is stimulated, and we just love to see the people that make us feel happy be happy. And since the sun is in Libra, and that's Venus's home, our heart-centered actions may bring us extra visibility and good fortune. This is a good time. This is a time when we can really be appreciative of the difference that love makes in our lives. Heart-centered. We have several fresh aspects today, so let's get into them. At 3:06 a.m. Central Standard Time, don't you know? Moon runs trine with Neptune. So early this morning, still practically the middle of the night, our planet for the heart and home came into a very positive relationship to our planet for spiritual awareness. This may be an especially potent couple of hours for us, considering that Venus is also currently making beautiful trine harmonious vibes with Neptune. Moon trine Neptune is an auspicious 2-hour aspect for making a soul connection with someone we trust. We may be feeling more sensitive and intuitive. The power and potential of our dreams is emphasized here as well. So I wonder, what kind of dreams did you have early this morning? Inquiring minds want to know. Soul connections and nice dreams. At 4:44 a.m., numerologically, 4 is the number for change or death and rebirth. It's like Pluto. 4:44. The moon runs trine Venus. So, of course, since the moon and Venus are both in this trine relationship with Neptune, they eventually will create the same aspect with one another. The trine indicates 3 planets. This aspect indicates an easygoing, abundant, and loving vibe in the heart and home. The things we do at home with our loved ones during this 2-hour aspect have been blessed with harmonious vibrations. I'm going to make a vibey heart here with a nice trine over it. There we go. And then at 8:54 p.m., or 54 a.m. actually, the moon runs in opposition to Pluto. Pluto is our planetary reminder that things end and begin. It's also a planet of mystery and depth. When our heart and home finds itself in opposition to this planet, we may find ourselves feeling a little low or detached. It may also look like some extreme emotion that we struggle to express because it feels very complicated. This is a 2-hour aspect. And it's a poor time, I'm warning you, to try to make any decisions or hash things out with a loved one. If there's something that needs to be said, I invite us all to say it in a journal so that we don't create turmoil in our home space at this time. I'm going to say frustrated and complicated. Next, at 9:49 a.m. I see that means this one is overlapping with this one because it's within the hour. This one overlapped with this one because it was still under 2 hours. 9:49 a.m. a void of course moon makes a square with Mercury. So the void of course moon is making its final aspect in Cancer now. The moon is not feeling particularly the influence of that sign or the next one, so this free-floating heart and home has a challenging encounter with our planet for thoughts and communications, which lasts about 2 hours. We may find ourselves harboring some thoughts or feelings of which we feel defensive, and when asked to express ourselves, it may come out in a petty or a sarcastic way. Sometimes when we feel this way, we know less is better. The feeling will pass and our hearts will become more accepting. I'm going to say moody and perhaps defensive. So we see how these overlapping aspects might actually engender, create, or possibly support one another. At 6:30 p.m. this evening, 6:31 p.m., Venus runs square with Jupiter. Now, square is usually a really challenging aspect, but Jupiter, as I said, adds a boost or a boon to everything it touches. So let the good times roll. Jovial Jupiter interacts with fun-loving Venus in a positive way, even under challenging circumstances. This is a 4-day transit, and it's a wonderful time to let our hair down and have some fun. It may not go so well, however, if we have major responsibilities to attend. So I'm going to throw out a suggestion. Let's all call into our jobs for the next few days. We'll explain to them the how and why that we are too well to work, and then we'll give them the time off too, right? Let the good times roll, baby. Seriously, though, if you have serious responsibilities to attend at this time, I would suggest, trying to find a way to maybe reward yourself for hard work well done. Not that you don't normally deserve that, but especially at a time when the vibe is very party and let's just do what we feel like, it can be challenging to attend those responsibilities. And then finally, at 7:53 p.m., the moon makes ingress to Leo. Now, when the moon is in Leo, our will to act is stimulated in the heart and home. Leo is a positive, generous sign that invites us to demonstrate our appreciation by giving generously of our time and attention. This transit will take about 2.5 days. Let's see. Appreciation. and be generous. In general, let your light shine. Because Leo's ruling planet is the sun, which is in Venus, which is making beautiful square and trine with Neptune and about to make beautiful sextile with Pluto. So, you know, go with this loving, easygoing flow is my advice, if you're able to at all. We have a couple of aspects to highlight coming up this week. Tomorrow, Mars will make an opposition to Chiron, asking us whether our actions reflect our desire and willingness to heal. On Saturday, Chiron will reach its perihelion, putting the path to healing under a spotlight. And Venus will make a sexy sextile with Pluto that day as well, offering us an opportunity to love ourselves and others more deeply. We will discuss all of these things and more as they come up. But that's it for today, friends. This has been your daily aspects and astrological weather forecast for Thursday, September 30th, 2021. If you have questions or if you feel inspired to share an observation or an experience, I invite you to add to the comments below. Also, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up for about 30 seconds so that you can look it over. And I'll see you all tomorrow for more daily aspects.